Good day, Cougars. I'm John Nussbaum, and this is your Cougar News Update. Today, we take a look at events happening on campus between March 25th and April 1st. Also, we take a look at some of the top stories appearing on CougarNews.com this week. Now through April 7th, the College of the Canyons Art Gallery will be presenting the 2011 High School Instructor-Student Art Exhibit. You can find the COC Art Gallery on the first floor of Mentry Hall. This week, the Hasley Theater will be screening the movies The Disappearance of Alice Creed and Animal Kingdom. In the following week, check out the screenings of Me and Orson Welles and The Lookout. Screenings at Hasley Theater start at 7 p.m. on Friday, and for full listings, you can head over to canyons.edu/calendar. Starting March 30th at the Performing Arts Center, the Art on Campus organization will be debuting Death of a Salesman. Performances will be until April 2nd in the Black Box Theater. Ticket prices and showtimes for all shows can be found at the Performing Arts Center website at the bottom of your screen. After a dismal 2011 start, the College of the Canyons softball team has regrouped just in time to start conference play, winning 6 of their last 7 games, going 4-1 in conference. Could they keep their hot streak alive when LA Valley came to town? Brian Lewis has the highlights.
Out to Witten Field, where the lone sophomore Carissa Hartwig takes the circle looking for her 5th straight conference win. After a scoreless first, the Lady Cougars strike first in the second inning on a ground ball to third by Kiana Duran, and the throw is just a little high. Caitlin Zimmerman will cross the plate on the error. COC leads 1-0. Ladies keep it going in the second when the very next hitter, Brianna De La Torre, sends one tight roping the line for the RBI double. Bringing in Duran, COC now with a 2-0 lead. The bats are still alive and going strong in the second inning as Amy Droege gets a hold of one. And look at how fast that leaves the yard. It's the freshman's second of the year. COC scores 7 runs in the second inning and goes on to mercy LA Valley 8-0 to improve to a 5-1 record in conference play.
We kind of opened it up a little bit today. I threw a few extra hit and runs in there to kind of let those girls get those bats off their shoulders. Definitely they took advantage of that 2-out rally. I think we scored 6-7 runs, I think, that inning, and it took the life out of them. You could see it.
The Lady Cougars now begin a road trip that consists of 15 straight games away from Witten Field. They return home Thursday, April 19th against the Mission College Eagles. And it's been a tale of 2 stories this year for the College of the Canyons baseball team. After finishing conference 4 games over 500, they have now dropped 4 of their last 5 in conference play. Could they turn it around and make a late season run for the playoffs against West LA? Brian Lewis has some more highlights for us.
Head coach Chris Cota hoping a powwow at home plate will help turn around his team's season against West LA. It didn't help early on as West LA gets on the board first on a 2-run shot by Sammy Carter, headed towards the softball field. Heads up, girls! West LA has a 2-0 lead until the bottom of the second when COC opens up the rain clouds early, first tying the game on an RBI single up the middle by Mitchell Thompson. Here comes Jeremy Weber trotting in easily. We're all tied at 2 until Robbie Mazzulli lifts one to the right fielder, and look what I found out there. Nice recovery, but COC does take the lead on the sac fly. It's 3-2. And the onslaught continues in the second on a gapper to the right center field by Cal Vogelsang. That'll plate 2. The Cougars score 6 runs in the second and go on to beat West LA 8-2. They are now 3-5 in conference play.
Weather permitting, COC will host LA Mission on Saturday at 1 p.m. and will travel to Mission on Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. And then they will return home to face off against Bakersfield on the 31st. And now, let's take a look at some of the top stories appearing on CougarNews.com.
Cell phones seem to be an essential part of everyday life, but how attached can we be to these devices when they might possibly be damaging to our health? The study of cell phone radiation has been a long and difficult debate.
All the data says we don't see a connection. Does that mean there isn't a connection? No. There's a lot of problems with the studies that have been done so far, and one of the biggest, I would say, limits has been how much time we've been able to look at it. And then it comes down to, as a biologist, how much is actually getting exposed from the cell phones, and is that actually enough to be damaging? And every study so far has shown no damage.
Although we may not be completely certain that cell phone radiation causes brain tumors, recent studies from the National Institute of Health have found that the regular use of cell phones actually do increase brain activity due to higher brain glucose metabolism.
Sometimes the brain or any part of the body has sort of adaptive learning, and if you're bringing a new stimulation that wasn't there before, something that the body had never experienced before. You might actually activate new networks or new parts of the brain that could lead to better memory or better hand-eye coordination.
Although an increase in brain glucose metabolism could have a positive stimulation in the brain, students here at COC are still worried about the dangers of cell phone radiation.
On the phone is going to cause something in my brain or cause damage that would definitely worry me, and I would do that less.
However, the use of cell phones among this generation of students is staggering.
I think people are going to take it seriously. I mean, they're going to underestimate how much it's affecting us, so they probably won't do anything about it.
It's like smoking. This is an addiction. It may cut the cell phone usage down, but I doubt it.
Although students may be fearful of their habits, there's still hope for the survival of this popular form of communication.
The Bluetooth specifically, or these sort of hands-free devices, the amount of radiation is 1/1000th of what it is if you had the actual handset up next to your head. Since we're uncertain of what the future holds, if you want to do whatever you can to protect yourself, that's a fantastic way to really limit your exposure to the possible dangers of cell phones.
Thanks for watching, Cougars. Remember, all this information and more can be found online at cougarnews.com, where you can also find our most recent shows and much, much more. And be sure to check out our live broadcast this Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. from our newly remodeled Mentry Hall facilities. I'm John Nussbaum, and have a great day.